going on, you guys? It's the one and only Blake the Beast. Hope you guys are ready. I'm getting ready to take you guys through my 11-0 victory. Let's go, baby. Champ life. So leading up to the weigh-in, pretty much any fighter, speaking from my personal experiences, that anytime that I'm showing up for a weigh-in, I'm very depleted in a sense. I've been cutting weight all night, been cutting weight the whole morning of the fight, not being able to eat or very much even drink anything.
What's your preparation been like this entire week?
My preparation's been a little bit of highs and lows, ups and downs. I'm just trying to do whatever I can mentally to keep myself composed and keep myself calm and just focus on the task at hand. And
You're always going to have obstacles and adversity that strike that you're going to have to overcome.
Just trying to get through getting to weigh-ins. A lot of people that have never cut weight before makes you very moody, very agitable, short fuse. At the end of the day, you just want to get to weigh-ins, get the weigh-in over with, and get ready to start hydrating and eating again. As soon as I got to the weigh-ins, driving there, I felt very calm. I always try to have somebody drive me there, that way I can just relax. But getting to the weigh-ins, we walked into the establishment, the venue, and it was actually my first time being able to see the venue of what it was gonna look like. For me, this is my first time ever headlining a show, so walking in that day, even just for weigh-ins and getting an idea of this huge venue that I was gonna be the main event and headliner for, definitely put a huge smile on my face. Still in the back of my mind, I'm just focusing on weigh-ins though, and walking around and greeting and meeting everybody, being personable. And so when I first got to the weigh-ins, I was approached by a lot of people that are within the boxing media, just fans that have come out from around, Northern California to support me. And then, a sight that you never get tired of seeing is every time that I show up to any of my fights, I always got my brother and sisters in arms with me. I have soldiers that come out that are still on active duty, come out in uniform. The first time I got to see these group of soldiers that were part of the Honor Guard and Color Guard, it was awesome. I had a huge smile on my face because being somebody that is prior military, knowing what I felt when I was in, meeting celebrities when I was in, and now being on the other side of things, to where now I'm out of the military and now I'm getting to be that celebrity that these soldiers are getting able to meet and to build a relationship with. It's a phenomenal experience and a phenomenal feeling. This whole thing has been a story in itself. So just pulling up and seeing these soldiers that were going to be, supporting me on fight night. They came out, they were going to be doing the color guard for me. I met the woman that was going to be singing my national anthem. It was awesome. As soon as I got to the weigh-ins, being able to see all these people and interact with them. Speaking from my own personal experience, I think that they touched my life, that day might have, even more than I may have touched theirs. So yeah, man. And then, I got to weigh-ins. After I'm done walking around and greeting everybody, I end up making my way to the back. Before every single fight, there's paperwork that you have to fill out with the athletic commission. You have to get checked out by the doctor, and then this is where all the fun comes. Let's stare off in the weigh-ins. I was given my own locker room or my own room to warm up and to get ready, and so the promoters had, finally walked myself and my team down there, and walking down there, it was kind of like a unforgettable feeling. We're walking through and we're going through this old historical building, right? This civic center in downtown Stockton. And we're walking through the backstage, we're going downstairs. And when you go downstairs, it starts to look like a dungeon, something that's almost out of a movie. And first thing that came to my mind as I'm walking down the stairs and I first come around the corner and see, the bathroom, the locker room, first thing that came to my mind is the movie Cinderella.
Cinderella Man looks exactly like
Yeah. It just brought back so many memories of ideas and things that I had seen in movies, and I was like, man, this is such a cool and awesome experience. I'm now living all these things that I grew up watching.
One.
So we ended up going to get something to eat and hydrating, and then we came back, had the stare off with my opponent. First time I saw my opponent, he wasn't there when I went to weigh in, or if he was, I didn't recognize him. You know, we had the stare off on stage in front of, you know, a big crowd, and this is where, you know, the James Bond of boxing, Captain America, the Beast, came out. I was shining so hard, feeling so good. I said, let me just do something different. I'm gonna walk out with the stunner shades on the show.
California, Blake, the Beast McKernan.
Just looking at the guy's physical attributes, he wasn't looking like he's ever in that great of shape. And this is something I've dealt with throughout my whole career. People always ask me, Blake, when are you gonna fight somebody that looks like you? The fact of the matter is I can't dictate and control how serious other people in this industry take the boxing industry, right? There's certain people that take it more serious than others. Me, myself, in my mind, the fight is one in my training and in the preparation inside of the gym. So when I show up on fight night and for weigh-ins, I look in tip-top shape. A lot of my opponents haven't done that. But, you know, people always hit me with that question, Blake, when are you gonna fight somebody that looks like you? To answer that question right now, I'm gonna end up fighting somebody that looks just like me when it's going for a world title. I'm with my team, we're right here in Sacramento. I'm just, at this point, I'm just so amped and just so ready to get to the venue, start warming up, to be able to go out there and fight. And you know, so everybody ends up arriving, we jump in the Escalades and start driving to the venue. And even though I'd already seen the venue before, I'm pulling up on fight day as if I had never seen the building before. I'm sitting there, I'm smiling, can't wait to get inside and to finally just start going through the process and being able to get this high that I get from being able to perform and fight on stage in front of thousands of people. So we end up getting inside the building. We end up going down into the locker room, or what people kept on calling the dungeon. And we get down there and we just start warming up. My whole team, all the media outlets start coming in there to get footage of me training. Athletic commission comes down there to give me my pre-fight rules and instructions. And you know, in my mind, I'm starting to get extremely focused. You know, I'm in this place right now to where the only thing that matters and that I'm visualizing is just walking out there and feeling like a king and a god, knowing that when I step foot in that ring, that I'm gonna come out victorious. So right as I start warming up, you know, I'm going through my process of stretching, you know, warming up, talking to my team, just get my mind right. I have a good friend of mine, Stephen Moss. You know, this dude is like a brother of mine. Known him half of my life, and every single fight, this guy just helps clear out any negativity and just gets my mind completely focused and filled with positivity and knowing what we're there to do. And so I'm going through the process, stretching, warming up, hearing my boy talk to me, play some music, and my boy reading some Bible scriptures. And right when I'm starting to get in a good zone, the promoters come down. They're like, Blake, we gotta move rooms. The athletic commission is short of staff. You know, I understood it. When they say short of staff is whenever you get your hands wrapped, you have to have somebody with the athletic commission watching you at all times, just so that there's no discrepancies about people doing anything to their hand wraps, right? But in the back of my mind, I'm not even thinking about that. I go from being focused and in a good state of mind and being happy to now being completely furious and upset and frustrated, irritated. And they tell me, hey, Blake, you gotta grab all your stuff, you gotta grab your whole team, we gotta relocate you.
I understand. It's not personal. It's just the rules, man. That's all we're trying to do.
So they ended up relocating us from this dungeon in this locker room, moving us back upstairs. We get to a new room, we start setting down. Within a couple of minutes, I think that this is the room that we're gonna be warming up in. It's still our own private room. They're like, oh no, man, we gotta move you again. So I even get more agitated, walking. Now they end up wanting to put me with the rest of the fighters, and it was just frustrating because they could have done this. It was all based on communication. They could have done all this from the start. At this point, I'm just very agitated and moody, and I'm just furious. And it takes me a couple minutes to calm myself down. I'm telling myself, but speaking out loud to everybody around me. They're trying to fuck with me mentally, bro.
I don't even want to tell you what branch I was.
We ain't gonna let them never stop. You can't stop destiny. I refuse to let these people defeat me mentally. I just gotta keep myself calm. After being there for a few minutes and going back through my whole process that I had already gone through before, I ended up getting myself back into a good state of mind, and now everything's fully beginning. We're getting ready to walk out. I think everybody's starting to see a big shift change in my mood and my attitude and in everybody's energy collectively.
We can't do nothing about this part.
They just mad because I'm better looking than both of them, man.
Hey, we can't do nothing about this part, but everything else, man, we put everything together, boy. Yeah.
Motherfuckers got jokes.
But the truth is, I'm the best one. Look at that.
The energy was electric. Everybody there, I just knew everybody that was in that room was genuinely there to show me their true love and support. Everybody was putting time away from their kids or from their family and their friends to come out and to support me for this night, for a memorable night of headlining and being the main event from my very first show at this historic building. And it's just, I kept on walking around the room thanking everybody. At this point, I'm just in the locker room telling everybody I love them and I appreciate everybody. And at this point, everything is tuned out. Tunnel vision, ready to get to the ring and to get the job done. So they ended up coming back. Blake, you got 2 minutes.
Get it, bro. The infantry was green. Good job, Canelo. I am the infantry. I am my country's strength and war. I'm returning to peace.
We're in Tyson.
Tyson, get over here, Tyson. Hurry up.
Hold right here, guys.
And at this point, I'm so synced in and focused. This is my time, my moment. Nothing can go wrong. And I turn around, I end up giving everybody a hug, thanking the military soldiers that were there in my corner. Just kept on telling them 11-0, baby, 11-0. And boom. The very first sound that I always look forward to is the first sound of that very first bell. Ding, ding, ding. we had it in the bag. But I was just disappointed because at the end of the day, people like to see knockouts. When people think about boxing or when they think about going to a fight, they're paying because they want to see something that's entertaining. They want to see somebody get knocked out. You know, it's crazy because guys like myself in this industry are considered modern day gladiators, and a lot of people fail to remember that, you know, violence and sex are two things that people always pay so much money for, and I'm like, man, this is a grimy game, man. People are wanting to pay money right now to come and see me knock the living shit out of somebody. And, you know, because I wanted to deliver that, because I know what everybody likes to see and what they see in me, because I have that raw power, it was just very frustrating for me at the end of the fight because I was fighting a guy that didn't want to stand toe-to-toe. He didn't want to fight at all. He ran the entire fight. At the end of the day, can't be too mad because we came out, we got the job done. Did it. We came in there and we got the job done. We increased my record to 11-0, ranked top 14th in the country, and just inching one step closer to getting bigger fights, bigger venues, bigger paydays, and the thing that matters the most, we're one step closer to getting a world title. I'm Blake the Beast. Thanks for watching.